All right. So as it pertains to my soul, my I guess what I call it now, my single note melodies. Um, what I've learned is kind of the same thing with the bass notes, trying to keep those chord tones on the downbeats on 1 and 3, and then always apply good voice leading and use the approach notes and your chromatics, or your approach notes and your enclosures, to emphasize those notes, the notes that you're landing on. I was kind of just playing them randomly, just just so just I just put them in wherever I can, just to try to do something. But what I'm doing now is using the voice leading, and then what I just played was all C major stuff. It wasn't, and I was just thinking C major in this particular shape or zone. But now what I would do is I would look at um, I guess stacking ideas, and I got that one from Jazz Video Lessons, and looking at what they were doing, and it's stacking different ideas. So instead of just being on that C, oh, that's just C, and I was thinking C major. That one would be like, okay, well, let me take, I'm gonna take a C spread. Well, no, I'm gonna take a C drop two, the same like I was saying before. Um, just because I had drop twos, I was just using those as chords and not using that as material to pull melodies from. So I can go, and then I would be like, okay, that's that, and I'm landing on this B. What else works on C? A works on C. I can use this B to smoothly voice lead to this A. And then what do I have in this A? I can play an A minor pentatonic type lick, or I can go and do an A spread triad. So A, and then maybe that there. So the approach note to come in. Already, that sounds cool and has interest, because I'm not just playing seconds with a little bit of a leap. I'm playing and I'm using material that I already know, but just that I wasn't utilizing in this setting. So, or that one that I played was spread triad on G, because G works, because that'd be the fifth, the seventh, and 5. So G, B, and D, 5, 7, and 9. And then I'm using the spread. But then good voice leading to get to the C. And then that same lick I just made up. And I like that sound. To the A. So then you got, oh, forgot. Sounds cool to me. Swinging is bopping. Sounds good. Feels good. So yeah, that's a keeper. And then to piggyback off of the what I said earlier about like stacking known ideas, I didn't just make this. I had come across that when I was trying to work on my spread triads. And then this particular motion of starting here with the G, so G, B, G, B, B, D, and then going to that C, and then coming here. Those were shapes I played in other places, but now I can stack them together and create this new language. So Yeah, man, it's great stuff. And then of course, you would just rhythmicize it, you know. So you might go. So one thing I'm also digging now is more leaps and skips in my playing, versus just the triads. So then I would um, use, I still use thirds and whatnot in seconds, but then I try to kind of favor a more of a skip. So if I did use, like, let's say that major seventh arpeggio and what was that, third inversion. So maybe I go. So, but then I want to go. But what's happening is, yeah, I'm just skipping to hit this one instead of. And then I was thinking of that A spread, because you can go there, or here's a spread here for A. 5, 3, 1. So yeah, and then this is how I come up with my lines. Now I'm like, okay, well, let me think of a compound. So like mixing more than one concept together to create sounds. And as I hope you're seeing, they're more interesting, more complex sounds than just thinking, okay, well, let me just play A. Or that was an A minor pentatonic, but still based off of A. But then if it's like, okay, well, let me do A and E, and then how can I get from this A to this E? So then maybe. And then this is the process. This is what I do. This is what I do to come up with my lines. It's like you try, and then you might get stuck, and then you work it out. And if you have a good starter, you keep that, and then you add pieces to it until it comes till you can play what you're hearing and where you want it to go, or it takes you somewhere where you like. So that's that concept of where my single note playing is coming. And then to get to where I want it is, I want to then be able to, when I land on a note, be able to harmonize it. And then that's where those other techniques are coming into play at. So then I might go. Or like if I was going to target, and it's saying, all right, so I have to know where I'm going. So I'm going to target this E. So then let's go. And then I'm harmonizing it. Or. So, yeah, I mean, that's an option. Not my favorite, but hey, that's one. But you got to get those bad ones out till you get to the good ones. But yeah, so I want interesting lines, but I also want to be able to harmonize it when I land on one. So something like that. Or if we were like. So like that one might have been one I should have landed on. So if I wanted that far out, I was thinking maybe a little bit closer. that's where those sixths really come into play at as well. So then that's kind of the sound I'm hearing to harmonize these lines. I haven't worked out all the six in this position, but I think that's what I'm hearing instead of just playing thirds. Like, but yeah, just ideas like that, man. That's the next step. Is to then harmonize it. So I can put it all together, man, and just be this polyphonic. Well, I guess kind of play the guitar like a piano, which in my mind is kind of what happens in classical guitar. But I want to play it in a jazz setting. So that's the goal for all of this.